All right, welcome everyone to our vision board workshop. Today's event is entitled Activate, and the question is, what do you see? All right, so my name is Onyinye Ede, and I am the founder and convener of the Evolve Mentorship Program, which you are all happy to hear more about later on. But basically, we focus on empowering young women, young Black and African women between the ages of 18 to 35 years with personal and career development skills and resources so that they can live the lives that they are destined to live. All right, so today we're going to talk about creating a vision board. And I have a very fun PowerPoint presentation. I hope you all are able to follow along with the presentation. So activate, what do you see? There's a quote that says, where there is no vision, there is no hope. And then also, for those of us that are Christians or know the Holy Book, the Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 tells us to write down the vision and make it plain on tablets so that anyone who sees it can run with it because they have everything written out in front of them. So today we're going to be talking about vision. And I actually wanted to start off by asking, when you hear the word vision, what comes to your mind? When you hear the word vision, what comes to mind? Welcome to everyone who has joined us. Thank you. We have started the program. We just started like a few seconds ago. So when you hear the word vision, what comes to your mind? I know there's some expo on the screen, but without looking at the screen, what do you think of when you hear the word vision? You can unmute yourself or you can type it into the chat box. Can everybody hear me okay? Don't be shy. What is vision? All right. Okay, are you unmuting yourself to speak? Okay. All right, all right. Nobody knows?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I believe that vision is what you imagine that you want, what you can picture like that you want to achieve.
What you can picture. I like that. What you can picture. Yes. Thank you so much, Queen, for sharing. So vision, as you can see on the screen here, it says it's the ability to see. So what can you see? Vision. I'm putting on my nice glasses here today, not because I need glasses, but well, I use them when I'm staring at a screen. But many of us know that people wear glasses to clarify their vision, for those who have poor vision. So vision is about being able to see. It's not anything about hearing. It's not anything about listening or smelling. It's really about your eyes and your mind, what you can conceive, what you can visualize. And it also, another definition says it's the image or insights of how something could or should be in the future. So today we're going to be talking about our vision for 2023. Some of us have already created a vision statement or a vision board, or we've listed out some goals. So my goal today is to help each and every one of us to be able to, if you haven't articulated it yet, articulate what goals you have for this year, and then start drafting a board. I hope you came with some supplies. So I asked you to bring either cardboard or poster board, some markers, some glue stick, tape. For me, I'm actually going to show you my digital vision board because over the past couple of years, I've realized that I like to have my vision board handy, like on my phone or on my laptop, so I can refer to it versus the paper one that I've done in the past, and I will show you what those look like as well. But whatever is more comfortable with you, the whole idea is to get all of the goals and the image we have in our minds on paper today. All right, so vision. let's go forward. We've defined vision. And I already talked about when you don't have a vision, there is no hope. You don't have something to look forward to. So now, what is a vision board? We're going to look at what is a vision board. So what is a vision board? Why do you need a vision board? And when do you need a vision board? Before I answer those questions, anybody wants to take a stab at it? What is a vision board? You can either answer the what, the why, or the when. Please, this is an interactive session. Don't be shy. Unmute yourself or type it into the chat box.
Should I go?
Queen, hold on a second. Let me see if we can get somebody who hasn't spoken. I know you all are here to learn, but I'm also assuming some of us also have an idea. So that's why, and I want to hear your voice, so I'm not the only one talking throughout today's session. So if you can just help me out with what is a vision board, or why do you need a vision board? Think about why are you even here today? And then when do you need a vision board? All right, who wants to help us out?
I'll go. Hello.
Introduce yourself and please tell us where you are.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Tofumi and I am calling in from Laurel, Maryland. Okay, so when we think about a vision board, I think about what is it that I'm trying to accomplish, and being able to see it with my own eyes. It's not just a thought in my mind, but it's something that is reminding me to focus. So I usually start putting together a vision board or a vision, digital board around this time every year, just to really ensure that the goals that I have for this year, the things that I'm envisioning for myself, I am constantly reminding myself to pursue it. Sometimes we think about the things that we want to do, and then we never think about it again. And so it just stays in our mind. And then next year we're here, again, having the same conversation around the same goals. So it's not just about having goals, but actually visualizing those things and finding a way to make it a reality.
I love it. Please, a round of applause for Tofumi, please. And if you haven't spoken, you can at least give her a round of applause. We have virtual ways of doing it, or you can clap for Tofumi. Yes, I love that she said so many key things. It's not enough to have goals, but you need to be able to see it and stay focused. She used the word focus. So yes, a vision board really helps us stay focused on what we set out to do. And I personally liked it because last year God did amazing things in my life last year. And at the last quarter of the year, God had to remind me, Onine, because at the moment I was a bit surprised about what was happening. And God is like, but wait, go back to your journal, go back to your vision board. Like, did you not write this on your vision board? So for me, it's a good reminder to focus. Like, yes, you said these are the things you want to see for yourself this year. And when it starts happening, it's manifesting. I like to say that I started to call this event Manifest, but then I had to change it to Activate, because before anything can be manifested, it needs to be activated. So today, by the time you leave here, my goal and my hope is that you have activated your goals for the year by writing them out somewhere that is visible for you. And then as we go through the year, my goal and my hope is that you begin to see your vision manifested. All right, let me just quickly check the chat. Yes, you like the word activate. I love it too. Yes, thank you. So some of the things I noted here is that the what's of a vision is that a vision board is a representation of your goals. And you can do this through a poster board that has cut out images, or you can do it through a slideshow or even a Microsoft Word document, which I will show you. And then these days we have other creative tools, even Canva. I made mine on Canva. My board for this year, I used Canva. But in the past, I've used Microsoft Word, and you can also use PowerPoint. And you can have this on either your phone or your tablet or your laptop. For me, it's nice to have a digital copy that I can take around. And then actually, if you also do a vision board on a cardboard, You can take a picture of it and have it on your phone. So hey, you get the best of both worlds. So that is the what of a vision board. It's a visual representation of your goals. Then the why. Why should you have a vision board? A vision board helps you identify what you want. I like to use the word want. It's not about what you need, but it's what you want. We thank God that God gives us what we need. Our daily bread gives us air, gives us water, a nice place to sleep, hopefully. But it's about what do you want to see? And I'm a Christian, and I like to believe that my wants should be aligned with what God wants for me. So at the end of the day, my vision board is a representation of what I want. And my hope is that it's in accordance with what God wants for me. So a vision board helps you identify what you want. It's a dream board. All of us have dreams. And one of the things we do at the Evolve Mentorship Program is for those people that are still trying to define or decide what their dream is, we help them activate that dream within them. So that's the why of a vision board. And then when do you need a vision board? Really, a vision board can be created at any point in your life or any points during the year. I like to do mine at the beginning of the year because it helps me set the course of the year. But even maybe 3 months from now, 6 months from now, it's always good to look back on my vision board. There might be a new car that comes out or a new position that comes out that I hadn't dreamed of in January, but it comes out in May. And then I'm now putting it on my vision board that says, by August or by September, I want to drive this car. Or by September, I want to marry that guy. Or I want to get admitted into this school. So I think a vision board is definitely a fluid thing, but I like to have it at the beginning of the year because it helps me stay focused. And then also the reason why it's good to do it at the beginning of the year, because I don't want other things to influence my vision for the year. We live in a world that's saturated by social media and everything that social media wants us to believe. So by the time you wait, okay, we're already in the second month of the year. Maybe there's some things that you hadn't even thought of. You don't even need them in your life, but because you see a friend post about it, she has this new dress, she has this new boyfriend, she has this new car that she's driving, or he has this new gear. And you're like, okay, or he has this new body that you're like, I bet I can look nice in a body like that, but you don't really need that body. So for me, starting at the beginning of the year helps me not to get influenced by the rest of the world, because I want to define what I want for myself, not being defined by what the world is telling me that I need in my life. I hope that makes sense. So a vision board is also a very powerful tool for self-motivation. Yes, like every time I get up, when I have a vision board that is on my wall. So every time I get up in the morning across from my bed, I see it and it motivates me. Like I have a goal around my finances. So the word says save more than I spend. Every time I look at it, I'm like, yes, Onyinye, self-motivation, save more than you spend. Yes. Or I see a beautiful image of a couple and then I'm like, oh, okay, I aspire to be married this year or someday. And it's self-motivation. Then what do I need to do to become that person that can be married? So yes, and I saw this quote that says, a genuine vision for a better future is essential in creating a better life. We all desire a better life. I don't think anybody feels like their life right now is the best life that they can live. So I like to see a vision board as an essential tool in helping you create that better life that you want. And a vision board can be created around your family, around your health goals, around relationships. And when I say relationships, it includes friendships. It also includes romantic relationships. It also includes professional relationships. Also, you can create a vision board around your career or your life path. Who do you want to meet this year? What positions do you want to achieve by 6 months from now, by the end of the year? Where do you want to be in your career? And then skills and knowledge. Are there things that you want to learn, personal development or career development skills? Are there training courses you need to take? So yes, a vision board. I like a vision board because it doesn't just say, I want to be a certified, is it program management professional, the PMP? It doesn't just say that, but you can find a picture. You can even snap a picture of your friend who you know has a PMP and you put it on your vision board. It's not saying that you want to be like her, but it's just that whenever you see her picture, you're reminded that it's the PMP you're going for. So rather than just write down, gets certified as a PMP, you see a picture of somebody who has already gotten it. It also lets you know that, If my friend can do it, I can do it also. For me, I like people like Oprah. So when I put Oprah on my vision board, I'm like, yes, every time I come to speak in a crowd, I'm like, Onyinye, channel your Oprah voice, channel Oprah personality. You get a car, you get a car, we all get a car. Anyway, on the lighter notes, but for me, that's why I like a vision board. It helps me to visualize it, not just say I want to be like Oprah, but I see Oprah and I am Oprah. Well, I'm Ms. O in my own way. Anyway, I think you get what I mean. So yes, let's keep moving, because I think the real deal for today is you all actually saying what you want to see on your vision board and actually starting to put it together. And I hope we can turn on videos at some point, because I would love to see you actually working with your cardboards and your markers, writing these things down. All right. So we've talked about what is a vision board. Now we're going to get into the creating a vision board, because I think we have only about 45-ish minutes to go before I can release every one of us to get on with the rest of our day. So now let's talk about creating a vision board. And this is really what we're going to reflect on for about 5 minutes. I will give us some time to reflect on these questions. Before you create a vision board, you want to ask yourself some questions, and maybe there are some other questions that are not on here. If you see a question that is not on here, or you remember a question that's not on here, please share it in the chat box. I know we can all learn from each other. So the main question for a vision board is, where do I want to be in the next 3, 6, 9, or 12 months from today, or from January 1st? And this question is in relation to your career or your personal life. So where do you want to be in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, or in the next 12 months? And some more specific questions to help you address that bigger question are, what personal lifestyle changes do I want to make this year? I'm sure many of us know about New Year's resolutions. Many people start the year off saying, man, my stomach increased last year. I need to stop drinking all the beer or all the apple juice after 9 p.m. Or I need to start working out in the morning. Or last year, my mind was really all over the place. So this year I need to meditate more. I need to make sure I start my day off just centering myself. So what kind of personal lifestyle changes do you want to make this year that will make a difference for your life? And then who do you want to connect with or spend time with in 2023? I know people that I want to connect with. And I actually haven't put those people on my vision board yet, but today is a chance for me to put them on my vision board so that I can see, so that when I see them, I'm already picturing sitting down for brunch with Chimamanda Adichie and or Michelle Obama or Oprah. Oprah is the big goal. So yes, who do I want to connect with or spend time with? Just spending time with them, just to be in their presence, get to just feel that thing that we feel on TV when we see them. All right, then what hobbies or things do I want to enjoy more of this year? Oh my goodness, I'm a Nigerian. We love life. We want to enjoy life. And just as a person, I like to enjoy life. So what are the things that make me happy, and how do I want to spend more time enjoying those things? And then how do I want to impact my community, my country, and or the world this year? When we started, Brandon did his introduction. He told us about the work that he's doing in Cameroon. I believe he talked about being an engineer and the things that he wants to do through engineering and the skills that he has and the community that he's involved with. That's how he got to find out about today's event. So think about, how do you want to impact your community, your country, or your world this year? We can all make an impact, even in little ways. So for example, Nigeria, we're having elections in a few weeks. How do you want to make an impact in this election? I know sometimes people might think, oh, it's only me by myself cannot make a big change, but the little that you do, and by you inspiring somebody else to do just that little, will create ripples, and eventually you're making a bigger impact than you even thought. So think about, how do you want to impact your community? How do you want to live out your life, your purpose this year? We all have a purpose. Regardless of anything that happened in 2022, even whatever happened 5 minutes ago, regardless of that, your life has a purpose. The fact that you are here listening to me Our lives have a purpose. So don't allow the world or your circumstances make you feel like you don't have a purpose to fulfill. And you have a purpose to fulfill this year. So I want you to reflect on how do you want to live out your purpose this year? And that's assuming that you already know your purpose. And we're happy to have other sessions where we talk about purpose and really identifying your purpose. And maybe even identifying your purpose could be part of your vision for this year if you don't know it. And then you want to think of who do you need to connect with? What do you need to do to be able to identify that purpose? And then what kind of job, position, or work will make you feel fulfilled this year? So I am presently in transition in between jobs. And I already know the kind of work that I want. I really want to be self-employed. I want to work for myself, but I know that it's not easy being self-employed. There's so many things you have to think about: insurance, taxes, just having money, being very disciplined with your time, finding clients. So for me, it's really about how do I discipline myself? How do I build the skills that I need to really be self-employed? And as I said, I have a nonprofit. I also run the Evolve Mentorship Program. So I really want to invest more time in these things that bring joy to my life. So for me, that's what I'll be looking at that will make me feel fulfilled this year. And then the last question I have here is, if the world, and this is my favorite question, if the world ends in 2023, what would I want to have achieved in or with my life? If the world ends this year, and I was very careful not to say at the end of 2023, the world might end tomorrow. The world might end in June. The world might end in December. But at any point, if the world ends, what would you like to have said you achieved with your life? For me, that's where the vision board really comes in, because it's really about how did you manifest the things that are in your heart and in your head. All right. Someone is asking me for the Zoom link, so I'm just going to post it and then we'll continue. Yes, I've done that. All right. So does anybody have an additional question that you don't see on here that you think is important? Anybody? You think I've covered everything? All right. I see some new people joined us. Welcome, Tolu. Welcome, Aderonke. All right. I see others are still joining. So yes, does anybody have a question that is not on here? Or are we all just eager to get started on our vision board? All right, all right. Because of time, I would have given more space for people to talk, but please, if you really want to say something, just go for it. This is a safe, I like to make all of my spaces safe spaces. So please don't feel like anybody's judging you. I really want this to be interactive where nobody's an expert. We're learning from each other. So please, when I ask, feel free to just go for it because we don't have a lot of time. So I just asked, welcome, Vincent. Where we just went through some of the questions that you should ask yourself when creating a vision board. And right now I'm asking the audience if there's any question on here that you feel is missing that might be important for each of us to ask before we create a vision board or while we're creating a vision board. All right, if there's no response, and like I said, you can unmute yourself or you can type it into the chat box. Now I have a question that requires everybody's participation. How many of you on here have done a vision board before? Type yes in the chat box. You've done it before. You've created a personal vision board before. Yes, I'm going to be counting the number of yeses. Only the people that have done a vision board before. Type yes. So we have about 10 of us on here. I have done a vision board before. Yes. Going once, going twice. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's safe to assume that 4 out of, okay, plus me 5. Okay, 5 out of 10 of us have done a vision board before. So it means we're half and half. Okay, so out of the people that have done a vision board before, how many of you have your vision board for 2023? Visions that can change the world. Oh, those of you that missed our intro, I played a song by Yolanda Adams. It's a song that I love, and it's a song that really motivates me. It reminds me that there are visions in my head that can really change the world, but for many of us, it's sometimes trapped inside our heads, and we feel, whether it's insecure, we feel like we're not ready to let it out. But I'll post the link to that song before we finish. I find it very inspiring. So as we think about creating a vision, it's good to remind ourselves that there's so many things in our spirit that God has deposited in us that have the ability to impact and change the world. Okay, so out of the people that said yes, nobody has done one for this year. All right, I guess we're ready to get this show on the road. So,
I have to.
oh, okay, yes, okay, Queen, you raised your hand. All right, so maybe I'll pick on you, Queen. Are you able to share your vision board with us? Let me make sure I finish this segment. Hold on a second. Okay, yes,
Okay.
go into that. Queen, are you able to share yours? Should I stop sharing?
Yes, it's my. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
My network today. Okay, it's my screensaver. So I did mine on Canva. So it's my laptop screensaver. So I'll see if, let me share my screen.
All right, yes, and I love audience participation. So Queen is going to show us, and I'll ask Queen to talk us through.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect, we can see it. Please walk us through your vision board.
Okay, so at the center here is pray, faith, and God. I use Canva because I could get the pictures that I wanted easily. Then over here you have family, little moments, big memories. Last year, a lot of things I didn't celebrate because I was looking at finances. But this year I want to, even as little as maybe we can afford, I want to be able to give me and my children, like, especially because Miss O knows that, okay, my husband doesn't stay with us, like he stays outside our state. So he comes once in a while. So I'm alone with the kids more. So I want to give them like little memories with the little that we can afford for now. Also, I want to, you can see reduce spending and save more. I have that here. Also get like multiple streams of income. I have some skills that I can use to like freelance and gain some money as well and improve my finances. Then there's self-care. I need to take care of myself more this year, and also like you see somebody reading a book. I want to also improve my reading habits this year. Then another goal is to gain admission to study my master's, hopefully abroad, which is why this person is here. I'm still looking for another picture I can use to represent that. So when Miso was saying maybe use a friend, I think I'll put Ifunaya here. That her picture, I need to put it here so that it will be like a visual reminder. This is my career. I want to get more skills that will help me do my job better. And then I put some quotes here. Small steps yield big results. Just remind myself that every day, as I take those small steps, baby steps, I think I'm getting closer to the bigger goal. And then be stronger than your excuses. Another thing. What I put here. I also put life in good. So that's some of my vision.
Oh my goodness, can we give a rousing round of applause for Queen, like, or just hearts? If I could put hearts all over this screen right now, I would totally be putting hearts on the screen. Queen, that is beautiful and very powerful. I love the, oh gosh, what was the quote? Oh, that quote on the side. Gosh, my brain. Queen, what was the last quote on your board?
Is it be stronger than your excuses?
Yes.
Okay.
Stronger than your excuses. Oh my goodness. I feel like we make so many excuses. Like I'm too tired, or it's so long term. I don't think I can ever get there so soon. But be stronger than it. Yeah, so I love it. Thank you so much, Queen. Really appreciate you sharing. And for anybody that has never done a vision board, that is a great example of what a vision board looks like. I'm now going to share you some of my own past examples. But even watching Queen present hers, I realized that I could also add more to mine, but I'm going to show you some of the examples I've done of the vision boards I've created in past years. So this was my 2021. The one on the left is my 2021 vision board. And the one on the right, I like to look at it as my lifetime vision board. And then I'm going to show you the one I created for this year. But looking at my 2021, I started off with a Bible quote because that year I just really felt God telling me that I really need to just put on armor, like that I will have so many things coming at me, and I just need to make sure I am in God's presence, and I know I have all the tools that I need to just fight back against things that I would need to fight back against. So I had that quote, Ephesians 6:13. I also just was recovering from a lung collapse. So I knew I really needed to take care of my health. So last year, 2021 was all about in pursuit of health and finding balance. And so you can see the lady working out. I love friendships. So I have a group of women there. I also have other women that I look up to. There's a quote there that says, phenomenal doesn't just happen, it is built. So for me, that was a reminder that if I want to be a phenomenal person, I can't just say I want to be phenomenal. I have to build towards that. All right, for the sake of time, I'm just going to swing through this. This is my lifetime vision board that I created many years ago, maybe like 5 years ago. And I will elaborate, or basically there's a loving family there. And then of course, my girlfriends are still important. I have my nonprofit organizations because that's what I see as my lifetime, things that I'll be doing for a lifetime. And then the kind of person I want to be a person of bold faith. I want to be a person that has balance in my life between my personal and my professional life. I want to have balance, and then be a person of influence. I like to call myself Ms. O of Africa. Now I am Mrs. O, but you'll hear more about that later. So those are two of my vision boards. This one was actually this is a digital vision board. And then this is a cardboard vision board that I took a picture of. All right, so let's keep moving. For now, to you all to create your own vision board. You see, there's a tagline that says, just do it. So let's get to it. How do you just do it? So I want us to start thinking about what is the vision for 2023 in regards to your body, in regards to your relationships, in regards to your career, and in regards to your finances. Please, if there are other areas that you want to include, please feel free to include them. Let's start with this. So to the left, these are also buckets that I want you to think about. Your mind and your soul. There's so much happening in our world. Mental health has become a very critical topic. We all have mental health. We all have mental health issues, whether it's a headache that has been disturbing you for a long time. You need to understand why is that headache coming up and again, over and over again. We all wake up to different news that somebody has started a war somewhere, a Black man has been shot, people are being kidnapped, girls are being hijacked, like so many things. Family members are being incarcerated. There's so many things. People are getting pregnant, they're not ready for a pregnancy. People are having their hearts broken. So think about your mind and your soul. How do you want to preserve your mind and your soul for this year? What kinds of relationships do you want to be in this year? Who do you want to connect with? Your finances. Queen talked to us about saving and not spending. And then personal growth. How do you want to grow? For me, one of the things is to continue to hone my public speaking skills. So that's why I put on events, and even when it's not a full crowd, even if it's 2 or 3 people, I will still present because it's part of me building myself in terms of my public speaking skills. And then fitness, all of us should have a fitness goal, even if it's to drink more water or to exercise or just take a walk every single day or at least 3 times a week. We should all have a fitness goal. And then travel. I love to travel. Even if you just have to go from one city to the next for 30 minutes, Put it as a goal. If you're somebody that you don't usually travel, say this year, I will at least get myself out of my city to another city. If you love international travels, put it on your goal that you're going to travel internationally and find the destination that you want to go to. So this picture is a beautiful woman who is one of my mentees, and we created this vision board in 2021. She came over to my apartment and we sat down and helped her create her vision board. And I'm going to be reconnecting with her in a couple of weeks to see how things have been going in her life and to help her prepare for this year. All right, and then this is another example. So you can use images, you can also use a list, and then you can also put an inspiring quotes about who you want to be or things that you want to surround yourself by, like inspirational quotes. And then this is another vision board. I think this has a lot going on. And I think for me in my life, these days, I'm trying to declutter. So rather than put so many things on my board, I'm trying to just be focused, be more focused on 4 or 5 things that really I want to achieve this year so that I don't get overwhelmed. But as you can see, this image has pictures. It also has words: Black Lives Matter, inspire a difference, work, Black women first. I'm sure this person is very, very pro-Black, and I love it. And then there's a quote here that says, "I cheer for people. I was raised to believe there's enough sun for everybody." I love that. I love that. Okay, so those are some examples. And then lastly, I thought I would share my vision board for this year. So it's personal. Well, of course, your vision board should be personal. For me, 2023, I like to think of it as my year of perfection because my organization is going to be turning 7 years, and my favorite number is 7, and I'm getting married this year. So we thank the Lord, all exciting things. And for me, it's important to keep Jesus at the center. I struggled with positioning this, but at least it's a reminder that whatever I do, Jesus has to be at the center of it. So I want to pursue self-employment, as I mentioned earlier. I want to stay happy and content. I also want to save more than I spend. So every time I spend money, I'm making sure that I save the equivalent of it. So help me God. Amen. I also want a fruitful marriage, and that is my beautiful partner, or my handsome partner, I should say. And then also, I want to continue to foster a ministry that's centered on women. You can see my Strong Enough Girls in the picture. I have Strong Enough Girls. I have the Evolve Mentorship Program. I also have my church groups that I'm a part of. And I really feel like my purpose in life is to inspire and uplift women. So this year, I really want to be more intentional in pursuing a ministry that's centered on women. All right, I've talked a lot. So I'm going to give us some time now to reflect on the questions. Let me go back to those questions that we had earlier, so that you all can take 5 minutes, reflect on it, and we will come back and ask a couple of you to share before we dismiss. How does that sound?
Fine.
Okay, but are there any questions or comments before we take a 5-minute reflection break? All right. Okay, no questions for now. All right, so you have the questions up on the screen. I'm going to try to find a nice soothing music while we reflect on these questions. I'll stop sharing my screen just briefly. But please start reflecting on the questions. I'll put the questions back on now in a minute.
World trapped inside an ordinary girl. She looks just like me, too afraid to dream out loud. And though it's simple, your idea, it won't make sense to everybody. You need courage now if you're gonna persevere. it's easier. Who's to say that you can't fly? Every step you take, you get closer to your destination. You can feel it now. Don't you know you're almost there?